Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DFS experience for Friday, November 25th. We got 13 games. We're going to start with DraftKings. We're going to start with point guard. We got Mr. Morant, 10-7. Absolutely worth it against the Pelicans. You're hoping for a close game so he could pay off his salary. He's in play. There's really not much you're going to say about Ja. Curry's cheaper than Ja, but Curry's been on a historical run right now, or a historic run. I give Curry the edge because of what he's been doing. When Curry slows it down, then maybe I won't. Maybe I'll give Morant. Give him his edge back. But right now, I got to give Curry the edge between those two. And then next, out of the three amigos, we got SGA. SGA. Let's just take a quick gander at his last few games. SGA last 5 games: 59, 62, 33, 49, and 63. He's automatic when it comes to the fantasy points. He's taking over 20 shots a game. He doesn't take a lot of threes. That means that he's highly efficient. Takes a lot of free throws. He hits his free throws. He grabs rebounds. He gets assists. He gets stocks. Listen, I don't know how much more smoke I could blow up this man's ass, but when it comes to when you're building a professional basketball player, you want that player to be SGA. That's how good he is. That's how good and efficient he is. Trey Young, these point guards are so good. Trey Young is like the fifth on the board, and he's 10K. Trey Young is in play. He's a great play. It's a great matchup against Houston. I target Houston when it comes to the matchup. So Trey Young and Dejounte, they get a little bit of a bump going up against Houston. But you guys know that. Booker against Detroit, 99. Um, I won't put Booker in the same tier as these other guys, but at 9,900, you're looking for 50 fantasy points. You know what I'm saying? Minimum. So can he give it to you? Yeah, he can. But Booker doesn't really go off until he absolutely needs to. We're talking about Detroit here. He may not need to go crazy. Fox is in play. He had a little bit of a stinker against Atlanta. He's in for a tougher matchup against Boston. Fox is in play. If I'm playing 5-6 lineups, I'll throw him in one. I prefer all the guys on top of him. I prefer Mitchell's in play, 9,500 against Milwaukee. If it's a close game, Mitchell more than likely will show out like he does in most big games. Halliburton is too cheap in a great matchup. If he has Kyrie guarding him, that means that Tyrese is going to go for 30 fantasy points, 30 real life points, 6 rebounds, 15 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. That's the type of numbers this man could put up. Brooklyn plays no defense, especially with Kyrie back. I love Halliburton on the slate. He stands out the most to me so far out of all the guys I just went through. Garland, absolutely in play, 93. Kyrie, he's in play, but he's lower on the board for me. Murray, spoke about Murray briefly. A little bit too cheap for this matchup. I'm going to try to force Murray into some lineups because of the matchup against Houston. The Anthony Melton, 8,200. That's a little spicy for the Anthony Melton. I know no Harden, no Embiid. We know that, but we got the elite point guard. The elite guards in the league are all playing. You got the Anthony Melton priced up there with them. That's kind of spicy. You know what I'm saying? He's in play, but I got to play 30 lineups before I get the Anthony Melton at $8,200. Um, Hero's always in play. Not a good play, but he's in play. Porter Jr.'s in play. If you're playing that guy from Atlanta, it wouldn't hurt to run it back with Mr. Porter Jr. Kyle Lowry against 7,800. You see, these are the games where you're focused on all these other guys that Lowry has a great game. He'll need about mm, he'll need about 38, 39, 40 fantasy points. That's what you're looking for. I mean, I don't see myself getting to Kyle Lowry, but if I was playing, 20, 25 lineups, I'll throw him in one or two. Westbrook. Westbrook is kind of spicy. He's gonna need, close to 40 fantasy points. He's done that twice in the last 5 games. He's absolutely gonna need no Braun on the court to pull this off. But with AD on the run that he's on, listen, AD is setting records that have never been. He's doing things that has never been done with 30 something points, 21 rebounds, 5 steals, five. What the? Listen, this stuff has never happened. I can't play Westbrook and expect him to give me 40 fantasy points when Anthony Davis is putting up 80 fantasy points by himself. Westbrook is not in play for me, unfortunately. I'm gonna have to take him out my personal player pool. Doesn't make any sense. Um, Simons is in play against New York. Brunson is in play. He's a little bit too cheap for me. Just a touch too cheap. Campaign in play against Detroit. He's an okay play. Giddy in play. Jamal Murray's in play. 7K. Suggs. Suggs is in play. I mean, he's not my favorite play, but he's in play. Clarkson in play. Pool. I'm not high on, especially now that Clay is getting his rhythm back. I don't need Pool. He's out of my player pool. Trey Jones, bottom of the player pool. Smart, not in my player pool. I mean, the matchup is good. But we got Tatum and Brown taking all those shots. I don't need Smart. I want to maximize my spots. That means that I don't want to play a Marcus Smart who's not going to get a lot of shots. Like I need my players to take a lot of shots. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Smart is not a smart play. Milton, 6K, looks pricey. He's not. He's in play. John Wall, 6K off the bench, playing under 30 minutes. I don't think so. Bruce Brown, his starting lineup is healthy. We don't need Bruce Brown. Tyus Jones, you don't play Tyus Jones when Morant is healthy, so no Tyus Jones. Reggie Jackson came back to earth. He had like 3 good games in a row. I knew he wasn't going to keep doing that. Last 4 games, 33, 33, 38, and then back to earth, 21 fantasy points. Listen, um, he didn't seem to play a whole lot of minutes. I don't know if they might have got blown out. That might have been blowout run. So you know what? Let's give him another shot in a complete game. See what he does. Let's keep our eye on Reggie Jackson. I'm gonna actually watch this game. I haven't watched it yet. Yesterday was Thanksgiving, but I'm gonna watch this game before lock. See what I'm gonna watch the last couple games and see what's going on with Reggie Jackson. See if he's legit or not, and then I'll make my decision from there. Like if you guys, I don't expect everyone to watch every single game every single day. You know, you guys are human. You guys have lives. But if there's ever a player that you're not sure about, just watch the last couple games and see for yourself what's going on with them. You know what I'm saying? That's the easiest thing to do than to try to look at the game log and figure out what's happening. It could be injuries, it could be quick fouls, it could be anything. Blowout run, it could be anything. So just if you're not sure about a player, just watch their last few games. So Reggie Jackson, I'm gonna watch the last few Clippers games and see what's going on with him. So he's not out of my player pool. I just gotta do a little bit of homework on him. That's all. Um, I don't need Derek White. No Javon Carter. Burks' price is coming up. I don't think I could pay 5,200 for him coming off the bench. Brogdon, I'm good. Malik Monk, 49 off the bench against Boston. Not a bad play, but not a good play. You know that. Marcus Morris, he's essentially unplayable on a 13-game slate. Quickly, okay play. Vincent, I don't think we need him. Sexton, I guess, would be the best one out of that bunch because he's getting minutes. He's the firepower off the bench for Utah. Josh Richardson, we don't need um off the bench if the starting lineup is healthy. We don't need that. Ayo, we don't need. TJ McConnell, we don't need right now. These guys we don't need right now until we get more information. Goodwin started last minute on the last slate, and he was a fucking disaster. I don't care how much you are. $3,900. and he did nothing for like 16 fantasy points. What the? Or you played 25 minutes and put up 16 fantasy points. The only saving grace was that he was $3,900. Whatever. These guys, some of these guys, when they play with their full lineup, their full squad, they're amazing. The minute they start for someone, they play like dog shit. It is what it is. You live and you learn. Trey Man, not interested in. Listen, the rest of these guys, there's nothing to talk about right now until we get information. There's going to be a lot of news on a 13 game slate. Right now, these guys don't matter. Once we get more news, and one of these guys in the 4K and the 3K region, they start starting for someone, and they get a bump in minutes and a bump in usage, then we talk about them. Let's go to shooting guards. Um, Booker 99, we spoke about him. Mitchell Murray, we spoke about. Jaylen Brown against Sacramento looks great. Well, he looks good. He looks very good. I like the matchup. Ingram. Did we see? Okay, Ingram is in play because there's no McCollum. Who would you rather play? Ingram at 84 or Melton at 82? And I'm not saying that Melton can't pay up. Listen, Philly's shorthanded. We know that, but 82 for Melton is a little bit like wow. The only way I pay 8,200 for Melton is if I'm playing 20 lineups and Tobias Harris is out. That's the only way I play 82 for Melton, and Harris is in. So Melton at 82 is tough. Let's continue. Um, Franz Wagner 75. His price is coming up. No Banchero. If there's no Wendell Carter, Franz Wagner is in play for that price. Vassell is in play for that price because, like I said before, the Lakers don't blow anyone out. They blew out San Antonio, like the only team they blew out this season. But I don't see them blowing out San Antonio or any team, you know, so close together. I don't see them doing it. I think San Antonio keeps it close. I think LA squeaks a win out, but as long as they keep it close, Vassell's in play. If LA blows him out again, Vassell's gonna he's not gonna get a blowout run more than likely. So we don't want that if you're playing Vassell. Jalen Green is in play if he's playing. Levine is in play, 71. Dylan Brooks is a touch pricey, but 71 is fine. Jordan Clarkson, he's in play. Josh Hart's in play. Buddy Hield is in play. Kevin Huerter's in play. Klay Thompson is probably the play of the night so far, next to Halliburton for me because he's too cheap. Obviously, he was struggling. He's getting his shot back. He should be $1,000 more right now. Fire up as much Thompson as you feel comfortable with. I don't need Royce O'Neal. We don't need Mathurin with Klay Thompson right there, but Mathurin is an okay play. Lonnie Walker is in play if there's no Braun. But then again, I wouldn't play Walker while Anthony Davis is on this run. Anthony Davis is he's possessed right now, so I wouldn't play any other Laker right now because everything is going through Anthony Davis. Where are we? Brogdon, Monk, quickly. We spoke about Beasley's in play at 49. No Grayson Allen. Norman Powell's in play if there's no George or no Kawhi. Wait, Kawhi's out for a few more games anyway. Actually, they're both out. So Norman Powell is in play. Austin Reeves, he looks tempting, but I wouldn't play him. Kispert, you want to take a shot on Kispert? Have at it. Jalen Williams, last 5 games, 27, 23, 38, 19, and 19. 4,400. He's worth a shot. He's playing about 30 minutes a game. He's worth a shot now. Gary Harris, I don't think so. Joe Harris, I don't think so. Not for me. Seth Curry off the bench, 4,100. You want to take a shot? Take a shot. The rest of these guys, I don't think we need right now. You could always keep your eye on Jetty if there's no Levert, but we don't really need any of these guys right now. Quentin Grimes starts again. You want to take a shot? I think he put up 20 fantasy points last time he played. 19.25 fantasy points in 33 minutes. 4 for 10, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. He was 3K, nice 3,500. You want to take a shot on Quentin Grimes if he starts, then have at it. Will Barton. If there's no Monte Morris or Bradley Bill, Will Barton at $3,300, he's in play. I would love to tell you Kendrick Nunn is in play with no Patrick Beverly, but the Lakers starting guards, they play a lot of musical chairs, so you don't know, who's going to give you the minute. So I just be safe and not mess with Kendrick Nunn. Let's go to small forward. Um, all right, you got Durant, 11-1. I'm not interested in Durant with Kyrie back and Ben Simmons, getting his soul back. Tatum is in play, absolutely in play. He's cheaper. He has a great matchup, and everything goes through Tatum. Everything goes through Tatum. Banchero is back, so I probably won't need Franz Wagner at 7,500. So Banchero's good to go. He's in play. DeRozan has been playing well. I don't like playing these Chicago guys. They all take away from each other. But last 4 games, 43, 48, 46, and 59. He's been taking 30, 24, 24 shots. So while DeRozan is in this mode, you can play him. Tobias Harris, no Harden, no Maxey, no Embiid. Fire him up. Markkinen, fire him up. Keldon Johnson has been pitiful lately. I think I've got to put him on a timeout for now. Last 5 games, 18, 37, 17, 18, and 5 fantasy points. Mikal Bridges, 6,900. He's in play against Detroit. Bojan is always in play. Bojan is a little bit pricey, to be honest with you. I don't know if I could play Bojan at 6,900, but he's a little pricey, but he's in play. Josh Hart's in play. Yeah, we spoke about Josh Hart already. RJ Barrett is in play. Michael Porter Jr. is tricky because when Jokic and Murray are on the floor, he's amazing. When they come off the floor, he's a little bitch. So if the starting lineup is full and they're healthy, you can play Michael Porter Jr. because that's when he thrives the best. I don't even know we need Conchar at 6K, but it's a play. Caleb Martin, if there's no, he's a little price. I wouldn't pay 59 for Caleb Martin, but if there's no Jimmy Butler, you could play him, but it's not a great play. Harrison Barnes is in play. Lou Dort is an okay play. DeAndre Hunter, okay play. Grant Williams, it's not a good play. Keegan Murray, Keegan Murray, Keegan Murray. I just won't play. I wouldn't play Keegan Murray right now until he establishes himself as someone that could produce fantasy points. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Avdi is in play. Herbert Jones is fine if there's no McCollum. I don't need Eric Gordon. Um, the rest of these guys, if Winslow starts again, he's in play at 4,100. Daniel House, I wouldn't play him unless he started. Troy Brown, we don't need. The rest of these guys, we don't need, like I said, until we get more information. So once we get injury reports, then we talk. Well, then we'll see about the 3Ks and the 4Ks. I know people like they want information about every single person, but if you've been playing DFS for a while, you know these guys at the lower end, they don't matter right now. They matter closer to lock once they started for someone. So I always try to stress that. Because if you're making a lineup, way before lock, and you're jamming in these 3K and 4K guys off the bench, when players are ruled out and bench players start for them, these are the same price players that are now starting with more minutes and more opportunity. So that means that if you made a lineup with a 4K and a 3K guy, and you're not pivoting, and that player's still coming off the bench, that means when you're slate locked, you already lost, because points per dollar wise, you're behind the ball, and that's all I've been ever trying to stress out, or stress to you guys. Let's do power forward. Giannis 12-4, play him. If LeBron is back, I don't need him while AD is doing what he's doing. Randall looks pricey. He's in play. Kuzma, if there's no Beal, he's in play. Zion is in play. Mobley's in play. A little pricey, but he's in play. Bol is a little pricey, but Bol's in play. Ben Simmons is in play. Jeremy Grant is in play. Jaren Jackson Jr. is in play. Bobby Portis is in play. Unfortunately, not a great play, but he's in play. Andrew Wiggins, Aaron Gordon, Marcus Morris, Draymond, John Collins, all in play. Jabari Smith, you're playing 15 lineups, you could throw him in one. Okeke, I wouldn't play at 5,200. Vanderbilt, Craig, you're playing 10 lineups, throw him in one. Obasevsky, if he started, Jalen Smith is a good play against Brooklyn. Although Ben Simmons, he is a little bit of a good defender. Um, I would play a share of Jalen Smith if I was playing many lineups. Just throwing out there. The rest of these guys we don't need right now. The only one down here that I look at early was Justice Winslow, and that's if I heard he was starting. Center. All right, we got Jokic at 11-4. I don't need Jokic if his starting lineup is full, but if anyone was out, then I like his usage to go up a little bit more. And the reason I don't need him is because we have AD a little bit cheaper, $500 cheaper. AD is going to be one of my first guys in all my lineups. I'm gonna play AD in 2 out of every 5 lineups, maybe 3 out of every 5. Until he slows down, you just keep riding him. Who in San Antonio is going to stop him? Jacob Pertl? Wait, didn't he just torch San Antonio without even playing the fourth quarter? San Antonio, 64 fantasy points in 28 minutes. He didn't even play the fourth quarter. 30 points, 18 rebounds, 1 block, 3 steals. I remember when the season started and I was singing that AD praise and y'all thought I was crazy. I tell you, if AD put his mind to it, he's the best player in the NBA. He's better than Giannis. If he had Giannis's nut sacks, AD would be the best player in the league. But AD, he's tentative, he's laid back, he's calm, cool, collected. When he gets aggressive, he's setting records that nobody's ever seen before. That should tell you something. Let's go on. I don't expect this to keep on. I don't expect this to hold up, but let's just ride it while it's hot. That's all. Sabonis 9K, okay play. Boston is tough. They really don't have anybody to deal with Sabonis, but Boston's team defense is tough. Porzingis is in play. Bam, if he's in play. If Bam is playing, he's a fine play. He's an okay play. Wendell Carter, if he's playing, he's an okay play. Vooch, let's see what Vooch has been doing. The minutes are there. The fantasy production is okay. Last 5 games, 15, 30, 53, 38, and 33. So okay play. But I see centers that I like better. I like Miles Turner. He's in play. Pirtle, 70. I'm not playing Pirtle against AD. I'm not doing that. Aiton. Aiton's an okay play against it. He should have his way against Detroit. Oh, here we go. Marvin Bagley, 2 fouls, first minute against Aiton. Jared Allen's in play. Nurkic. I like Nurkic a lot, 68. I like him better on FanDuel, but he's okay on DraftKings. Capella, I'm not interested in. Mobamba, we don't need. Zubac is in play. Valanciunas, I'm not interested in. Al Horford, I'm not interested in. Adams, I'll take some shots on. Claxton, I'm not interested in. I'll take some shots on Kelly Olynyk at 5,200. I'm not interested in Hartenstein. I'm not interested. Has Mitchell Robinson completed a single game this season or any season? I don't know. Montrezl Harrell, you could take a shot on him, or you could take a shot on Paul Reed. They're both fine plays. If there's anyone here that like, they're on Twitter looking for plays, and you're following people in the DFS community, and they're saying that Paul Reed was 3,700 last slate, and they were convincing everyone that Paul Reed was a bad play. How could someone at 3,700 projected for almost 10 times value be a bad play because he's popular? Just because somebody says something on Twitter doesn't mean that it's true. I need you guys to know something, especially the people that are newer to DFS. Understand this. There's people on Twitter that are trying to pull you off the scent to keep ownership down. Just because someone says that someone's a bad play, or they make fun of you for playing it, or make fun of people for playing a chalky player, that doesn't mean it's bad. Listen, you play Paul Reed, you play Montrezl Harrell, you play them both. You don't play them together, you play them both, and you play them in different lineups. That's the correct answer. So if you ever on Twitter and you're newer to DFS and you don't really know, you're confused, you could always come to my chat and ask a question, and someone will give you the correct answer, because that's kind of fucked up what they do on Twitter. What people do, they make fun of people for not knowing who to play. They listen, whatever, man. I'm not with all that shit. Like, if we all started somewhere, and when we started playing DFS, nobody knew what they were doing. We all thought we knew what we were doing, and we didn't know what we were doing. And the way we got better at DFS was by losing, by playing the wrong players, losing, and correcting our mistakes. Nobody should be on Twitter telling people they made bad plays because they're chalky, and calling people names and making fun of them, because that's immature, it's foolish, and it just shows sucky character, and it is what it is. Somebody's got to stand up for the people that don't know any better. You know what I'm saying? So if you need help, you need help with a player, you're not sure, jump in the chat, ask a question, we will help you. Uh, Bassie doesn't play a lot of minutes, but he's a good points per minute guy. But we don't need Bassie. Hurdles in play, 1. They're going up against AD, 2. And Bassie doesn't play a lot of minutes, 3. But, Bassie does look nice. Like, when I say he looks nice, I would like to play him, but this just ain't the right time. Um, Anyone else in center? I'm not talking about Bagley right now, because if I start talking about Bagley, I'm going to get pissed off. Robertson Earl is in play. I see Povashevsky's back, so that can hurt him, but he's been getting a few minutes last 3 games. Last 3 games, 29, 14, 33. The thing with JRE is that his production is not consistent. You know, I would love to play a $4,200 center, but I can't. And the rest of these guys, you know, we got to wait on news to see if they're viable. You could always take a shot on Jalen Duren because where is he? I just had him. Jalen, where are you? Jalen Duren right here, 4,200. You could take a shot on Jalen Duren because Bagley's gonna get himself in foul trouble like he does every single game. So that's center. Let's get 5 guys and let's run to FanDuel real quick. So you know who my center is gonna be. You know that already. We're playing Giannis. I'm sorry, we're playing AD. I think I want to run to Halliburton. I would love to play Curry and SGA, but until I get more value, I'm gonna start with Halliburton. I'm definitely picking up Clay. Clay was like 5,800, some wild price. He's shooting guard only. I think he is. Yeah, he's shooting guard only. That's fine. So let's pick up Clay. Clay is a lock for me right now. That's a criminal price. Now, is anyone going to get on Twitter and say that Klay Thompson is a bad play at $5,800 because he's chalky? I don't know, man. That's why I stay off of Twitter. People think they know everything and they don't know shit. Um, if you're paying $5,800 for Klay Thompson and he gives you 45 fantasy points, that's a bad play because he's chalky. I don't know. Small forward. Who do we like at small forward? RJ Barrett did stand out to me, but um, let's see something. Let's go to power forward. Small forward is always whack when it comes to value. Jaren Jackson looks good. Marcus Morris. Um, Torrey Craig. Marcus Morris is 59. Aaron Gordon. Jaren Jackson is 68. Marcus Morris with no Kawhi, no Paul George. Just double check Paul George is out, right? Paul George is out. All right, let's pick up Marcus Morris for now. Once we get better value, we'll swap him out. And if we got to play him, we play him. And I'm going to go to another guard and I'm going to pick up Jalen Brunson at 7,300. Let me just make sure. Jalen Brunson 73. If Jaden Ivey is out, you can give Killian Hayes a little bit of a bump. You can give Bojan Bogdanovic a little bit of a bump also. So let's pick up Jalen Brunson at 73. So you're not going to be able to make a lineup out of this, but it's a 13-game slate. These 5 guys stand out to me. You're going to have to wait for more value. Maybe this lineup works without AD. If you take out AD, put in someone cheaper, then you could add some pieces. But I can't get away from Halliburton. I can't get away from Klay Thompson. I'm indifferent to to Marcus Morris, but Marcus Morris, for his price, has a little bit of an upside with no Leonard and no Paul George. Jalen Brunson looks a little bit too cheap in a close game, and AD, like I said, I'm gonna play AD in as many lineups as I can. We're gonna run to FanDuel. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up. We're absolutely on the road to 500 subscribers. I'm gonna need everybody that's not subscribed to just subscribe for me. Do me that favor because we're gonna have to turn this up a little bit. Um, yeah, so subscribe for me like you always been doing. You guys are great with that. Um, and if anybody out there is having trouble cashing, I can help you. I can send you my up to date optimal plays, my optimal lineups before lock. All you got to do is put in a dummy lineup, and 30 minutes before lock, I'll send you my optimal lineup. Or I could build you lineups for FanDuel, DraftKings, Super Draft, or Yahoo. If you're interested in anything like that, you can check out my Patreon, linked in the description. or you could DM me on Twitter and we'll work something out for you. And I have the Black Friday deals for NBA only or NFL only. And if you're interested in a combo, we could talk about that too. Cause I'm a businessman. Whatever you need, I'll make it happen. You feel me? We're at FanDuel. I skimmed through FanDuel like I always do. Picked out 5 guys that were a little bit that stood out to me. I got Halliburton again, 9,300. Jalen Brunson, 7,300. Klay Thompson, 6K, way too cheap. AD is 11,800. So AD is priced up on FanDuel as he should be, but he's on such a historical run. I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss the 70, 75, 80 point performance. So I'm going to suck it up and pay for it and find value elsewhere. And it doesn't hurt to have a $6,100 Nurkic with no Damian Lillard. So that's a little bit of my value. I'm gonna play Nurkic and AD in my FanDuel lineups to kind of counterbalance AD's price. Klay Thompson, I can't get away from. I'll mix and match Halliburton in different lineups, and I think I got a good starting point for this 13-game slate. So it's been a little bit of a long video. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I hope you buy me something nice for Black Friday. I'm just joking. Um, I'm gonna go on and get out of here. I'm extremely appreciative of each and every one of you guys. You guys been holding down this channel, and you guys are amazing. I can't thank you. I don't want to have a love fest on my NBA DFS videos, but I gotta let you guys. I gotta acknowledge you guys and let you guys know that I appreciate you guys. And I think that's about it. I think we got everything covered. I'm gonna go on and get out of here. You guys need anything? Throw it in the chat. If you like someone I didn't mention, you throw it in the chat. No problem. And I'm gonna go on and get out of here. Let you guys get back to eating your pumpkin pie, whatever it is you guys eat. The day after Thanksgiving, collard greens, whatever it is. I'm gonna see y'all guys later. Ciao.